Hey friends, this is Danny again with Triple H Farms. So now we're just going to be showing a little clip here this morning. It's Saturday, March 29th, I believe, here in Oklahoma. As you can see behind me, our garden spot here, this is a area that we did a little tilling on. We terminated the cover crop. I've actually been over this soil a couple of times now, real lightly with the tiller. And it's done pretty good. It's about ready. It's getting a little dry. There's some ground moisture below. Surface is drying out a little, but we're going to try to plant some green beans today. We're going to plant a double row of contender bush beans. So it's really windy today. As you can see, I don't have the mic. Hopefully this sound does okay and you guys can hear me, but I'm not going to wear the mic today. Most of this is probably just going to be a time lapse, but take you guys along, show you what we're doing. Again, planting a double row of contender bush beans. We will be laying a row of drip tape. I'm not going to connect it yet, but I do want to go ahead and dig the furrow and lay the tape and have that ready to hook up later once we begin planting more things and are ready to add that main line water supply line. So all we've done so far is took a rake, kind of leveled out the ground a little bit. I opted not to run the tiller over it again. Just because I don't really want to disturb that soil that much and risk losing what ground moisture I have, because it is going to be so windy for the next couple of days. If I till that soil up and bring that moisture to the top, this air is just going to dry it out. So in an attempt to try to keep what moisture we have in our soil, I opted just to kind of rake it out with a garden rake. We've taken our little hoe and we went through and we've created a trench. This is where we're going to lay our drip tape. So now I'll be getting a piece of drip tape, laying it down and securing it. We'll lightly cover that back up, and then we're going to go in and we're going to plant a row of green beans on each side of that drip tape. We'll space them about 12-14 inches apart, our rows, and then our seed spacing is going to be about 3 inches apart. Just thought I'd show you. We're actually going to try to reuse a piece of drip tape from last year. So this piece is already pre-cut, because this is a piece that was in this same garden spot last year. My rows are about 28-30 feet long. So we've just got a piece of 8 mil irrigation tape here, drip tape, and you'll see that on one end, the end that hooks up to the main line has this fitting here where it will connect into the main line, and then the other end, if I can find it, just has a clamp on it here. You fold the tape up and clamp it off. That way it shuts the flow of water off. And this particular tape has emitters. I'm not sure if you can see it on there, but little holes in the tape. These are 12-inch spacings. They do make some that are 6-inch. This worked for us last year, and we're just going to try to reuse this piece of tape here for this particular row. Now that we've laid the drip tape into the ditch, kind of straighten it out, looks like this tape is going to be able to be reused. We just simply use these landscape staples, put one on each end of the tape to kind of hold it in place until we get it covered back up with the dirt. Now normally I already have my main line water supply hooked up, and what I like to do is when I lay this drip tape down, I like to go ahead and connect it, turn the water on, and flush the line, and also make sure that there's no leaks. However, today I'm not ready to put the main water supply line in yet, so we're going to take a chance and say that this drip tape is okay and leak free, and we're going to go ahead and cover it up, and we're going to go ahead and use it as is. got our drip tape covered, we can go back in. We're ready to plant beans. All we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to plant a row of beans about 4 inches off of each side of that tape, 4 to 6 inches. That way that one row of drip tape, when water is supplied to it, it will water both rows at the same time, and our green beans can come in together. Be about a 12-inch spacing on the row, 12 or 14, and it worked good for us last year. We're going to try it again this year. All right, this will probably be the last time I talk to you, but I just wanted to show you that what we are planting here is a contender bush bean. Again, we're going to plant 2 rows. These two 28, 30-foot rows will supply a lot of beans, and for our family, and probably some that we can sell at market. Last year, the people really liked the green beans, the fresh ones. So hopefully they come up and they do good for us, and we'll get a good germination on these. Okay, as you can see, we got the 2 rows of beans planted now. It's going to come along with the garden rake real lightly, cover them up, and that's it. Well, that's it for green beans today. Hopefully this wind, you guys will be able to hear me. Again, I'm not wearing a mic, but just want to bring you along, show you what we're doing. Hopefully in the days to come, we'll be planting probably the first succession of squash, yellow straight neck squash. And yes, we even have some tomatoes that are getting close to being ready to set out. I'm a little hesitant, but if the weather holds and looks good for the next 10 days, we may go ahead and set out our first row of tomato plants on Sunday, which will be Easter. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.